First, I have to hit the go live button. I didn't do that. Hello, I'm live. Hello, barely live. I've been doing a lot today. Today I started laundry. I washed all of my respiratory appendages. They're not appendages, attachments. My masks, my nebulizer stuff, all the stuff that, helps me breathe better. Puff, puff. I've also dusted. I took off my pillowcases and realized that I was going to set myself afire, wearing oxygen, creating all that static electricity. So I thought, I probably should maybe get some humidity into this room. So I put on my my diffuser with eucalyptus in it, because everybody says that helps a lot with your breathing. Again, puff, puff. Like the opposite. I'm the opposite of healthy choices. But I like that about me. It's kind of fun. Of course, this is not going to be recorded. Said something about how I could record this. But I just rushed on past it, because ain't nobody going to be looking at this now, for one thing. And for another thing, not recording it means that no one will see it, which all these things are supposed to be seen after I'm gone, whenever that is. My brother, talked to my brother yesterday on the phone. His birthday was the 28th. He's a leap year baby, he says. I don't remember. I remember my mom saying he'd have been born just a minute later, he'd been a leap year baby. But he says he is. And Roxanne, my cousin, says that she grew up hearing that he was a leap year baby anyway. So I called him yesterday, and he said, "Oh, Denise, just stay. Don't die. Just stay. Decide to live." I'm like, dude, I don't get to really choose. I get to choose how fast, but I don't get to choose. I'm past the point of choosing to stay. And I'm not really suffering. I don't feel like I'm suffering. I have moments of suffering, when I hurt or when I'm just knocked right out. Like today's going to be a day to try and live through, to get over, to recover from. Trying to get so much stuff done before Friday, when the hospice nurse and the hospice aide come, which is why I'm doing the laundry, so I have the clean sheets for the aide to put on my bed. And I think because my lungs are so tight, I'm having so much difficulty, I'm gonna let the aide help bathe me. Leave all of your personal dignity behind when you enter the final stages of your life. You can live with dignity, and to be honest with you, the way that you suffer, the choices that you make while you go through this type of thing, they really do matter. I'm still having a lot of problems with that suffer joyfully thing. But what it is, from what I understand from the Bible, is that you're suffering joyfully in that God is polishing you. You're being polished. You're being given the opportunity and the challenge to grow patience, to grow your compassion, your empathy for other people. Because I look around, I'm not suffering, not like some people are suffering so badly. like my sister-in-law is suffering the horrible loss of her husband of 43 years right in front of her eyes. How do you suffer that joyfully? It just makes no sense. It's counterintuitive, which is a word I really like. And she's just smack dab in the middle of it, and so angry that she's not further along, that she's still having a hard time. It's not even been 2 months yet. I would be really worried if you weren't having such a hard time. But then again, everybody grieves in their own way. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. There is not, unless it's a way that hurts other people. You know, maybe that's part of suffering joyfully, is that you rejoice in the fact that you don't pass your suffering on. You know, it's a hard life. Life is hard. Everybody's going through something. The secret and the trick is to not pass that suffering along, not to pass it on to other people. You can talk about it, but you can't make it somebody else's problem. And that's not saying anything about my sister-in-law who vents to me. Oh, let her vent to me, please. Let her, just because it builds up. I know it does. And it's just got to come out. You got to feel like somebody's hearing you. So vent to me all you want. I don't take that on personally, because I can't. It's impossible for me to take on your suffering, but I can sit with you, and I can offer what assistance that I can. I can just give you my ears and my heart so that you have a safe place where you can express how you're feeling and how hurt you are, how angry you are, how hard of a time you're having, how lost you feel. You know, I'm not even married to Bruce anymore. I'm not in love with Bruce anymore. He will always be the love, the greatest love of my life, but he's nothing like Daryl was to Vicky, to you. But I would be devastated if he died. Even divorced, I would just be devastated to know that the world is without Bruce. As much of a pain in the ass as he could be to me. But I watch him struggle. I watch him try. I watch him strive over and over again to be a better person. And it's not me. I'm pretty serious about letting God handle that. You give something to God, you've got to let it go. It's not my job to make him a better person. My job is to make me a better person, to be the best person that I can be before I die, to be a person that people will miss. Is that what I want to be? A person? You know, that kind of goes again. I would be just as happy if nobody knew I died. Nobody knew I was dying. But that's the old me who didn't put any value in herself at all. Because I might not be all that, and a bucket of chicken, or even a biscuit, but I have many good qualities. There are good things about me. I have some secret superpowers that I don't usually let on about. Of course, I pretty much told everybody what my superpowers are on Twitter. Flying under the radar, being more than what you think when you look at this. You know, I understand. It's hard. It's very hard. I understand. I love you so much, Vicki. I wish I could take all the hurt away. I would gladly have died in Daryl's place. I really and truly would have. I'm dying anyway. Why couldn't you have had him longer? But that's not the plan. If it were the plan, it would have happened. But you don't bargain with God. Just like that thing I keep hearing in my head. You don't use God, child. God uses you. Somebody was like, yeah, well, it's like the whole authoritarian and paternal thing. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter the gender of the source from which we all come. And it doesn't, to me, with my faith, to me, it doesn't matter if you believe in a source or God or whatever. It exists. We're not here by accident. We're not. We're not some petri dish experiment. We all come from the same place. We all go back to the same place. Now, whether we get to stay there or not, or because I think there are levels, maybe. I think. But I really believe that the whole point of being here is to remind us that we're all connected and that what we do to each other is a reflection of what we do to ourselves. And the worse we are to ourselves, the worse we are to other people in many cases. And fear, driven by fear of other people. I'm telling you, if you just listen, if you just live by the words in red in the Bible, you're going to be okay. Because all you have to do then is just believe. You believe that your sins are washed in the blood of Jesus. I know this is too spiritual for a lot of people and maybe not enough for other people, but it's just what I believe. I have no fear of death. I do not fear death. I'm not afraid that it's going to be nothingness. I'm not. I don't believe that. I believe that we get to see everyone who's crossed over before us. I believe that they're around us all the time, and we're just in this human form that we're in. We just don't feel them or see them, most of us. I like to say when somebody dies, all questions answered, all mysteries solved. Now, my son Christopher says, no, Mom, we don't get to know everything. To which I say, I think we do. We'll find out, won't we? I was telling Bruce, I'll pass before you do, but I'll be there to greet you, Brew. And if you don't want me to hang around, I'll just be like, okay, I just wanted to make sure you got here okay. And that you're settling in. Love ya. Bye. Because you know what? Sometimes that's what real love is. Real love is letting go of someone for them. Because you're not what's meant for them. And if you feel that, you should let them go so that they can experience whatever it is that they are meant to experience. It's like giving away a child for adoption, knowing that you can't provide the best for that child. You want the best for that child, and you can't give it all of that for whatever reason. You give them up, and you pray that they have a life that is so much better than what they could have with you. I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine it. That feels like it would take more love than I have. It was easy to do that with Bruce because he pissed me off so much and so often and just really didn't appreciate me at all. He really doesn't. He never appreciates me until I'm gone. I've always said I make a much better memory than I do a reality. Anyway, nobody's watching. It's been 15 minutes. Ain't nobody coming to this party. And it's not going to be saved, but this was me on the second day of March, 2022 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Have a good day. Yes, end the broadcast.